Obama land down on the lakefront. The Obamalisk. Leaving a trail of unpaid bills in the wake of its star-studded grand opening. Illinois taxpayers will pick it up. They're going to have to at some point when the money runs out to pay the mid-six-figure salaries Valerie Jarrett and all her friends. That's when they'll go to taxpayers, but not to pay contractors, clearly. We spoke a couple weeks back with Michael Owen, that is, president at Adamson Plumbing Contractors, about the $4 million that his company was owed for work performed. And unfortunately, the news came over the transom over the weekend that even though he's got a $1.7 million mechanics lien against the project, he can't make the math work with $4 million in work performed, not paid, shutting down operations, laying off 25 union workers. And as he mentioned to us, there are contractors that are owed significantly more than him. Fox News reporting the largest dispute involves the Concrete Collective, which is seeking more than $40 million in additional payment. And I'll tell you, I don't care who you are, even the Obamas, you don't want to get on the wrong side of the concrete guys. Just a little tip. But there are others, too, smaller minority contractors and subs, reporting that structural steel subcontractor Area Erectors is owed $620,000. Minority-owned excavation and concrete subcontractor CSI 3000 is owed $236,000. Gymnasium flooring specialist Floors Incorporated $25,000. Maybe Obama's rebounder friend Ali G just pay that off since he's going to be the one using the gym mostly. Him and Arnie Duncan, they can split it. For more on all this, pleased to be joined by Michael Owen, President, Adamson Plumbing Contractors. Michael, thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Hi, good morning.
So tell us why you had to close down operations.
Well, obviously it wasn't an easy decision, but as you so eloquently put it, we couldn't make the math work.
Yeah.
Going through millions in reserves, owing our vendors, and trying to pay employees, it's a task that became untenable for us. And I thought the most responsible thing was to shut down, recoup monies owed, pay our vendors, and see what's left here down the road, and then consider whether to start operations again.
Most responsible thing. That's not a word you hear on the government sector here very much, or phrase you hear. The response from the Obama land team to the unpaid bills, to the news that you're shutting down. Do you have any communication with the Obama land senior leadership team, that Valerie and the gals, or the banks, or anybody?
No. We did have a brief exchange with Turner Construction Lakeside that I had to forward to my legal team. But, and again, this is my opinion, but it doesn't, after 5 years of doing this with them, you realize that this is just very transactional. There's no, we're sorry, or, oh, shucks, we wish it would have been better. There's none of that. It's very much a don't call us, we'll call you situation right now.
We'll get around to it when we get around to it.
Pretty much. And you mentioned before I came on about the other subcontractors filing. Again, my opinion, but just from somebody who's talked to some of my other peers, I believe there's still more to come. Mm-hmm. And the answers that I've been given have been a canary in the coal mine, I think, for some of these other subs that are now just finally realizing that they better speak up now, because in my world, the longer there's daylight between the opening and us not getting paid, it's just going to continue to get wider. And the only thing that we had left to do was, from a legal standpoint, was to file our lien and continue to be outspoken on the situation.
But can you lien a government project like that effectively?
It's complicated. Thankfully, we have my attorney is paired with one of the other attorneys involved that you just mentioned on a substantial lien. And we've been able to kind of, in my opinion, and what they've said to me is they've been able to thread the needle on that. I was even taken aback at the amount of entities involved on this one parcel of land, including the University of Chicago, Chicago Park District, City of Chicago, Foundation, and the Turner Lakeside Alliance.
Maybe you can get some of that $425 million in TIF financing that Brandon Johnson is providing for the Chicago Fire Stadium.
It does make one scratch their head.
Yeah.
In this town.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of that going on, at least among the people who play by the rules. I mentioned these are union plumbers. Your union shop, right? So what does Local 130 say about this? Oh,
they're not happy, and we're going to have to deal with them legally. But I do support the trades and 130, and I'm going to make sure that we are able to square things with them. I think what bothers me the most is, although my situation may not be political, it's the hypocrisy every day by the ruling party here in Illinois, haranguing about billionaires and fat cats,
right,
and this little guy getting screwed. And I just saw that our governor was doing a Netflix social media post where he's following a trend of people doing make-believe about a Netflix documentary. And it's cringe for me, and it's sickening, because these are people that when election time comes, they come knocking on the door of the trades wanting support, and they've said nothing, not a peep, not a word, radio silence. And I that's the part that gets me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there tend to be sort of fair weather in orientation. The Turner Construction, they get paid?
Oh, of course. As Rush Limbaugh used to say, random act of journalism, ABC 7 reported that the only people that were happy with the project was the Turner Lakeside Alliance, which kind of let the cat out of the bag for me. If you're happy, you got paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Allegedly. I got to throw that in. But I'm just saying, you don't have to be, Inspector Clouseau to figure that out.
Well, maybe you relocate to Northwest Indiana and you get some of that new Bear Stadium action.
Yeah, get some of that Bear.
What? Just generally speaking, too. I mean, I don't see a lot of tower cranes dotting the skyline these days.
No, you don't.
What is the? I mean, I see more in Southwest Florida than I do in a much bigger metropolitan region like Chicago. What is the state of opportunity for the trades? I mean, what kind of construction is going on?
It's the circle isn't closing. I'm shocked you mentioned it about the tower cranes. I believe at one point Clearwater, Florida had 17 tower cranes, and I think we had 9.
Uh-huh.
Nashville, Dallas, Miami, there are sky cranes across the skyline, and here, not so much, and it's only getting worse. Property developers, as everybody in my world knows, money is mobile, and the the regulations and standards here, granted, a lot of them when it comes to the trades are there to protect the public. I think we all can agree on that. But it's very hard to do business here now. And we're just fooling ourselves if we think that developers are lining up to get in here. They're not. And the southeast part of the country is booming with tower cranes. And I think in 2017 we had 52 tower cranes here in the city of Chicago proper. 2026, I think we're maybe approaching 13, possibly 14. I mean, to me, that math tells you all you need to know.
Mm-hmm. And the aspirants for the fifth floor, that got a primary that's just around the corner in February. As you mentioned, they'll be making the rounds to seek support from the trades. I know some of them are actually, some of the trades have already thrown in with the Ali G's of the world, for example.
Yes.
So any of those prospective candidates reached out and said, I really don't like what's happening here. I'm going to see if I can, inveigh on your behalf.
None of them.
Yeah.
Zero.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Hispanic American with a English surname. I don't get really put to the top of the list on the grievance category. Not that I want to be the grievance guy, but my peers who are legit Black-owned generational businesses who have gone bankrupt because of this job, it kills me that no one has advocated for them. And the fact that I didn't have an NDA, I thought it was my responsibility to speak up for everybody. And that's what I'm trying to do. And it's as I said before, the hypocrisy you cut with a knife, and no one really cares. I just want to say it plainly.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you. I'm sorry to hear, obviously, what I already knew had happened, but that it's come to this. But I obviously wish you and your business and your employees well, and hopefully this, if you continue speaking out like you have been, at least somebody's doing it. Maybe it gets a little attention, and maybe you get a little bit of satisfaction at some point. But you're up against a lot of cowards, which is a challenge. There's no question. Michael Owen, President, Adamson Plumbing Contractors. Michael, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you.
And he joined us in the alphawealthgroup.com answer line.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Foundations of Freedom, a look at America's founding principles and the leaders who shaped our nation.
During the War for Independence, General George Washington, the man we refer to today as the father of our country, led American troops through military defeat after defeat.